but he did. And so Virtus.Pro always very, very cognizant of how to play it. So I'm quite curious to see if perhaps maybe Copenhagen Wolves are going to be able to throw, as you said, the right strategies in the mix to actually show us a new way.
Yeah, it might be the first time that on this new version of Cobblestone, Virtus.Pro are actually challenged by a team who are like fully prepared for it. Because again, this is CPH Wolves' pick, and I can't see anyone else picking it up to this point against Virtus.Pro. So these are things we do have to bear in mind. Oh, we've got the left right there from Asilian. And that's all my commentary of this knife round.
Yeah, as far as going back to the question about how I feel like the chances are going to go for CPH Wolves on this one, well, they're going to lose the knife round. So obviously that's devastating because now we're going to have Virtus.Pro starting off on CT. They've got a really, really good CT side, probably one of the strongest CT sides, top 3 CT sides on Mirage in the business at the moment, probably, I would say. And so, yeah, I don't know, it's...
Talk to me, Dan.
I'm trying to think. Okay, I guess...
Okay, Dan.
I'm going to make a prediction, James. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say that I think that Virtus.Pro are going to win, and I think it's going to actually be 16-10, because I think that it actually, you know what, as far as T-sides go, Copenhagen Wolves, I shouldn't be too bad here. They have decent T-sides, so I'm going to expect them to get 5 or 6 rounds at least.
Okay, guys, we are prepared. We are ready and waiting for that 400k contract shenanigans. Right now we're on 394, 500, I believe. So once we hit 400k, which is hopefully today, guys, we're going to raffle this off. This will be available to everybody in the chat, and then we're going to try and do 1 or 2 Dragon Lore thingamajiggies.
Attempts.
I believe we are into the match. I thought there was a 2-minute delay, but I suppose it was less than that. Never mind.
Well, we're straight into the action here as we have the B-push. Virtus.Pro already fast on the rotate. All of them actually arriving from short now. But this is actually quite terrible that they're all in one spot. That small choke point. Pasha is going to make things a little bit easier, opening up with 1 frag onto Hunden. But the smokes are down, and you can see that CPH Wolves have a really good defense on the site, but can't stop the biceps as they roll on in, and Biani looking for that frag on headshot, does pick it up, and it's a 1-on-1 SMF against Biali. Biali's so good yesterday, goes for the fake. Trying to bait out SMF. Is he going to turn the corner at the right moment? Cat and mouse here as they try to chase each other down. And finally, Biali's going to get him. But he doesn't have time. SMF did the job. And that's going to be that for Virtus.Pro. Copenhagen Wolves with a nice start now. And I said I expect to get 5, 6 rounds at least. It's definitely going to be easier now.
Absolutely. We've got the scout coming up, Pasha, of course. So I would definitely want to
AKs.
definitely want to avoid him. Double scout. Question is now, when you have a scout buy from CTs after losing the pistol, you have to wonder if they're going to play in the same place, go for double tags, which you've seen before from Envy. But it's going to be Neo onto the B-bomb site as per usual, and Pasha rotating potentially into A.
They're just going to move into A. They're like, you know what? We don't want to mess around. We're going to wait for the smokes to go away, then we're just going to go in. We've got our nades. We don't want to get picked off by these scouts. We're not interested in the pick game here. Just going to go for that site take and then try to win the round there. And they go now. Cillian already getting a frag onto Taz. Slowly closing out position by position. Biali's still on the site though. With that 5-7, able to snap MSL, but there's more players to be found. But now CPH is going to have that site. Snacks there. Oh, he's in the smoke actually. He's undetected. Goes in with a deagle. I don't believe him. How does he get that shot onto Asilian there? And do get some tags coming in, softening them up there. SMS down to 10. And Snacks is still training his deagle on all these positions. Don't know exactly where they are, but Nia's going to find an easy one, finishing off SMF. Now they're in an advantage as they have the side. Next player spotted and removed. Pasha fragging freeze, all on Hunden. But look at the scouts. They are unbelievable. The jump shots. I think we got at least like 4 jump shots connected there. And they survived with 3 players. And there were AKs, I think like 2 or 3 AKs bought by Copenhagen Wolves. So they're going to find 2 of them. That's a really, really big deal here. And I know you love jumping scouts.
Let's not even go there, Dan. Not today.
Not today. Today should be a happy day.
So I liked how Copenhagen Wolves, they left CTA unsmoked at first, because they basically wanted to funnel the CTs into one place where they could have all the angles on them as opposed to the other way around, leaving the whole site completely unsmoked.
Oh! Oh, this is disgusting. The thing is that it doesn't even need headshots. They don't have armor. A torso shot's going to take him out, but Pasha's going to find 2 headshots to the scout. It's not the easiest thing in the world, but Pasha really, really on point.
This is what I'm saying, and he's just got a scout at the moment. What about when he picks up the AWP? We saw him yesterday. That does not bode well for any team Virtus.Pro play against. And it's still it's still a few weeks away, but that's great momentum going, you know, heading as we head towards Katowice for these teams.
So Freeze with the AWP here for Copenhagen Wolves, going to be going straight towards Palace, looking for those angles. And maybe he's going to find something. We do have Virtus.Pro with decent vision of middle. They got a guy on connector and on short. They're able to look in, and Freeze is going to get smoked off. That's a nice late smoke for Palace there onto Freeze's position. And Copenhagen Wolves now deciding that they want to potentially take a little bit of middle control. But so far they've been waiting for Virtus.Pro to make a move, but they are not budging from their positions at the moment.
We've shown you that angle from Snacks that he just went up on those pieces of wood previously. So it's nice to see a live demonstration here from a pro player. It's a very sneaky position, very good to hold with an AWP, and very hard for people to identify you when they are walking through B apps. So looks like another slow play here for CPH Wolves. Let's have a look and see how many smokes are going down. Indeed, MSL going to be holding that passive angle that we also saw yesterday, which is probably a counter to the NIP grenades that we have seen.
So that delayed A push, is it going to work out there? Bialy up on the box is going to be able to get the drop on. Not one, but 2 players picking up the AK, still alive, but finally gunned down by Asilian. We do have 2-on-3 now as it does get evened up by Asilian. Neo, though, how does he find that shot through the smoke? Snacks and Neo bearing down on Freeze's position. He's going to get the bomb planted, but wall banged. They knew where he was, and that's the end of him. And they will be able to pick up the AWP as well if they so choose to. But Virtus.Pro very good at playing without the AWP on this map. Maybe one of the best teams. Actually, yeah, I think they are probably the best team at playing an AWP plus CT side. But we got Neo on the AWP. Going to toss that over to Pasha, who's been on point.
They are capable of just ignoring CPL entirely and still just having control of connector and short. So the presence in mid is somewhat useless. So the fact they are capable of adjusting to AWP or play sans AWP, as you'd say in French. I don't even know how to pronounce that in French, but anyway, Pasha. Oh dearie me, this is what I'm talking about. He's wrecked the entire team already. He's wrecked them, Dan. They've been wrecked.
Well, isn't the rule in French that you don't pronounce the last consonant?
Probably is, yeah.
I don't know what
probably san or son. I don't know, we'll have to ask a French-speaking person. Hey, someone tweet us, how do I pronounce
don't we have a special guest tomorrow?
I don't know what you're talking about then.
I don't know. I know, James. Anyway. Good start here for Virtus.Pro. Copenhagen also able to fight back. They got a nice little aggressive push. The Taz goes up, does have the support, and he gets the spray down on 2 players. That's beautiful work there from Virtus.Pro, and he had support there as well in his teammates throwing over those grenades. And that's crippling because Copenhagen also, they lose Freeze, who's AWPing. They lose MSL also. Now they've got to adjust. But how do you adjust in a situation like this? Their options kind of suck because they have no map controls. So first order of business for them is to try to see if they can get... They need to win a fight, basically. They need to bait out a player and try to take a favorable engagement. They're going to try to do that on middle. Neo's going to be the one peeking out. Now that he's been spotted, they can play with a player on connector as well. There's these flashes over. They're so deadly. In comes the peek from Taz. He does go down, but 1 HP for SMF. Oh, he gets a second kill. Pasha goes down as well, and they equalize the situation only for a moment before Bialy's able to put Virtus.Pro in advantage. And the spray from Snacks, the timely peek. They were too strained, had too many angles to look at, and Virtus.Pro capitalized.
That's a great example of what I was just talking about, where they can just disregard CPL, hold short and connector, and then they abuse the fact that they're not in CPL by re-emerging in CPL to just finish off the round. Now we can see the second AWP coming out. And once again, as we saw yesterday on Cash, it is Snacks and not Neo who is AWPing at the moment. It's a bit of a change in roles here, maybe it may seem.
Already getting a lot of kills here on middle. Supplies keep coming for Copenhagen Wolves, but again, it's a similar story, just that dominant presence from Virtus.Pro, winning the duels on middle. it just shuts down the round before Copenhagen Wolves can really do anything, and that's really the issue. I mean, that said, what a lot of teams will do, and this is actually this is why yesterday when Virtus.Pro were crushing, I was saying, you know what, this is the Virtus.Pro that people call Virtus.Plow, because in the instance yesterday, they were on the T side, they were able to push mid with no nades and win every duel. What we're seeing from Copenhagen Wolves is that they're trying to do that with no nades to cover or help them into position. But this is what should happen. The CTs are getting all the kills because they have better angles, they've got a better ability to flash over and so on and so forth. So we'd really like to see Copenhagen Wolves with smokes, you know, at least covering short, at least allowing them to get top mid like safely, or, you know, smoking over to CPL from T-spawn, you know, stuff like this would definitely help them on those early mid takes.
Dan, we've had 7 rounds, and Pasha's almost got double the kills to the rounds. He's almost got 2 kills a round.
He's not even like full Pasha yet. He's just getting the pump going at the moment.
He's had his protein shaky Dan. Yeah. He's leveling up. Oh, that spray down is Ron Jeremy Tier. 3 dead already. The flames coming out as well. Only 1 will remain. Hunden versus 4. Bomb lost as well. Does what he can, but that's not going to be much against Virtus.Pro, operating on full cylinders at the moment. And as strong as they are now, in a few weeks they're going to have the entire Polish crowd behind them as well.
Yeah, yeah. This is what's exciting for me, is because the last major they won was obviously last Katowice, and now some people will make some people argue against the home crowd making a difference, and some people think it does, some people think it doesn't. But in the case of Virtus.Pro, if they're going to be bringing the form that they have been showing the last few days online, which does look like Virtus.Plow, that's how they won. That's how they got the nickname. It's because they just ran in. It doesn't matter. You can't do anything against what they bring to the table. They just destroy you. And we're going to see a push coming in from Copenhagen Wolves onto the A bomb site. Now can Virtus.Pro stop this? They do that awesome kind of Navies just walling off the sites with those smokes. Taz able to stop them though. He's close to the slope. It's a great counter position to this rush as Taz goes in with the flash. He's got 5 HP, doesn't matter. So blind is Freeze. He cannot do anything. And there it is, Pasha finishing off the rest of the lineup.
That was a brutal round. And if we have a look at the smokes that came out here, there was a smoke here, there was a smoke here, and there was a smoke here as well. It was just the site was cut in half, but Virtus.Pro had a timely smoke covering this entire area here, and I think there may have been one in Palace as well. So counter smokes came out and was just ruined, just ruined Copenhagen Wolves. The
really important factor there was they had the man in front of the smokes. So because usually those smokes are really effective if the CTs get caught playing from the site, but that wasn't the case there. So
trades coming in, 4 versus 4. Bomb has dropped, and that's going to make the Virtus.Pro team even more aggressive as they fight for control of the mid area, as they will have an idea as to the intentions of CPH Wolves, having so many people around there. Still the fight rages on here. Still have Pasha in mid though, and unless he's got 0 HP, you really have to watch out for this man. He's smoking off. Oh, is that going to get him? Indeed it is. The damage has been done though, but it's Virtus.Pro now who are with their backs against the wall. Only 2 of them are still alive. Neo is looking for a flank with 3 HP. He'll have to be fast though. They are coming in his direction. Indeed, they are going over to T-spawn, as you can see, and that will be the information for his teammates as well. He's evened it up. If Snacks can get the jump on Asilian here, if he looks the wrong way at the wrong time. Oh, Snacks does what he is best at. And now it's Hunden versus 2. He's basically in a crossfire position already, as the flank continues here from Neo and T-spawn. He's going to go for the plant, so unless he can get a 1v1. There is the 1v1. Now the game is on.
And this is looking really bad for Neo. The only thing that he has going for him is that Hunden has no idea where he is, and he gets the spray. Oh, that's so unfortunate there for Hunden. He looks so fantastic in that duel otherwise. So great work there from Neo. Silent Assassin able to take the round 9-1, and Copenhagen Wolves, James, they can't seem to catch a break.
Yeah, they knew that Neo, they saw him at the T entrance to beat Apps, but they had to, you could see he assumed that he went back towards 3 mid towards Connector, which is where he was aiming, but unfortunately for Copenhagen Wolves, Neo had no fear. Just continued through T-spawn anyway. Freeze finally takes down Pasha early on in the round as well. However, now we have to look at how Virtus.Pro adjusts to this. You can see on your map that Taz is Heading up towards Connector, so he's just going to try and keep that entrance to the A bomb site closed. Meanwhile, we do have presence from the T side in mid, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. See Neo rotating his position as well. So, interesting adjustments here so far for Virtus.Pro, but Freeze is a very patient man indeed. Looks like CPH Shores have done their homework. Now Virtus.Pro are in a very difficult place.
Yeah, they have one on the B site at the moment, but he's pretty much completely alone. But it is Snacks. So if Snacks is able to either just keep himself hidden whilst he lets the T's take the site and that's giving his teammates time to reinforce.
He's in trouble.
I think that's one of the best plays here for Snacks to stay hidden for as long as possible. Although he is going to get found, he has to take a quick frag. He's going to be able to do it as his teammates come in from the back. It's just Bialy left now. He's got 4 players to fight against, and he's here pinned down in the kitchen position. He's not really got good chances to pull this one off. He's only got 2 entrances, and they're both well covered by 4 players. And there it is. Freeze going to finish him off as they finally get a second round on the board. Honestly, Copenhagen Wolves have had a lot of close ones. They've had a lot of great attempts, but Virtus.Pro, in fact, they won the pistol. They made it look good, but Virtus.Pro, ever since then, have been doing a good job to shut them down. They did win the pistol, right? Didn't they?
I think, yes, they did. I think Bialy was just going for the damage there. He had, oh dear, that's not good. Neo down to 70 HP after that knife from Pasha. I'm sure he said, I don't know how to say sorry in Polish. Someone could tweet me how to say sorry in Polish, but I'm sure the apologies were made. And it will be Pasha first of all again. After they try to mix things up, go for an aggressive push, but there's 2 ready in the underpass here for the Danish side. They are going to rotate as well. Bomb going towards the A site as they do have 2 players in position already. Freeze is just walking out and he will get that second frag onto Taz. These are 2 of the players who've been the most dangerous so far. Although never count out Snacks and Bialy. These guys are animals in their own right.
Alright, so good start. Going to make their way in. They just have to take the bomb site now, but Bialy going to be coming in. Only 1 kill from him, so that's not good enough for his teammates to be able to retake this. Snacks just going to throw himself through the smoke. Neo coming in once again. Silent Assassin. That M4, the silencer, really putting in the work. They know where he is now, but then there's 2 players left. Neo actually made this a doable round. However, the bomber is going to go all the way to B and play it safe. He's left his teammate there just to delay and cover Neo's position as he tries to make his way around. Just buy time for MSL, and he's going to get the kill, so Cillian closes the round out for his team. Virtus.Pro, 9, and Copenhagen Wolves now up to 3. Can they bring this all the way back to 6? Well, the Polish money running low.
The Polish money is running low indeed. The zlotys are running out, Dan.
No more zlotys.
Man, when I was in Poland, I had 36 shots of vodka for 20 zlotys, which is the equivalent of £5.
Oh my god.
Then I threw up all over my hotel room, but let's forget that for a minute. There's no AWP on Virtus.Pro now. And Pasha seems to be a bit frustrated with that, going to knife the wall for a while. I think he's just avoiding getting naded. Obviously, he can't take a duel in mid at the moment, so he's just going to hold his distance. Oh, Freeze gets dinked, and he will survive, though. Neo falling, so that's short open. He's going to take up that position on short and look for a second kill onto the A bomb site. You can see Snacks playing it a bit close just in case. It was a precautionary flash into B apps in case there is a 2-pronged assault. However, the bomb once again is rotating over towards the A bomb site. They have to be careful about running though, because it is Taz in position to hear them potentially. Indeed he will. He's realised something's up here. You can see the rotation coming in from Pasha now. He's running around. So Taz has got the sound cue, but can he punish? He gets the bomb down. That's all the information for his team. 4 versus 3. They've still got the site. MSL makes it 4 versus 2 now. It's going to be hard for Virtus.Pro to get back into this one.
Snacks able to pick off MSL though, and now they just have to get that bomb down. It's Bialy dealt with on Snacks, the B-man. They're quite low though, and Snacks is going to be able to spray down 1, but he's not going to get another opportunity. 9-4 now the score, and that was a really good round from Copenhagen Wolves, and this is why I really like them to take 5 or 6 T rounds, because you could see, I mean, I think it was, yes, MSL is one of the players that I saw, even though he's bottom frag at the moment, he's one of the players that I saw who really loves as T to be able to like do solo takes on connector and then place himself there for his team. You can see there they actually had that 3-pronged attack. It was incredibly powerful. Now Virtus.Pro on the eco, thanks to that excellently played round by Copenhagen Wolves, and they just have to play it steady, slow. They can pick up that 5th round and give themselves a really nice attempt to get 6 on the board, which would be, considering the start, to be honest, would be a dream come true.
Look at this presence in mid from the Danish side. Got to be careful, though. If they spend too much time there, then they may end up getting flanked. You can see Bali's walking through Palace at the moment, and that information is going to allow the CTs to rotate closer to B. Let's have a look at where Neo is. He's in a position... Oh, this flank could be enormous. Freeze is going to fall. There's the AWP as well. He could do massive damage here. And again, we've still got a very slow flank now. Bali starting to speed up as Teaser taking the B bomb site. Hunden taking down Snacks. 3 versus 3 now. But will this flank come in soon enough?
Ooh, Neo in trouble there. Does only take 40 damage with the AWP. Really wants to keep that alive. He wants his teammates to act first. And there it is. Ysilian going to shut them both down. That's going to cue Neo to be on the escape. Keep the AWP alive into the next round and catch any exits that he can from this very nice angle into kitchen. But I doubt Copenhagen Wolves are going to run into this angle here.
Oh, almost. He could be in trouble from Connector now. May make the save a little bit more difficult.
Nice.
Gets the no scope. That was gorgeous.
That was really nice. That smoke. He had no idea which way to look, but Neo had a better position. Gets the next shot as well. Smith goes down. And Neo able to keep himself alive with the AWP. And that's going to be pretty important now, as we're going to see that their money's quite stretched. And he's going to be able to actually make that a drop to Pasha and then buy up himself. So Pasha can get full nades behind his AWP, full armor, kit, even an incendiary. So definitely Virtus.Pro giving themselves the best chance they can to take that 10th round. And we actually have a big presence on underpass from Virtus.Pro, pushing 2 players up there in this area, looking for that mid play. And that's a double takedown there from Pasha, sorry, from Taz, as Pasha's on middle and Snacks is coming in to reinforce. So much presence here from Virtus.Pro on the underpass. And they almost shut down the entire round with that 2-man underpass push, whilst they had all that cover on middle from Pasha. Hunden's going to go down as Neo has the exit locked out.
This is the Virtus.Pro that people are scared of.
Yeah.
This is the Virtus.Pro that make people stand outside B apps and don't even try to challenge mid for about 20 seconds. Because this is what happens.
It's really scary because they're just so... when you look at it, it just looks so almost just basic and just primal almost. It's like almost like...
Savages, Dan. They're savages. They're coming with clubs. They're raiding villages, Dan. They're taking all the rice and the firewood and leaving you with nothing but stale bread. That's what they're doing, Dan.
Do you think they burn down the village as well when they leave?
They probably do.
Burn, loot, and pillage.
I think that's likely. Have you seen SMF has a C after his name? So his name is basically Supreme Master First Class. What's the highest rank you've been on Faceit, Dan?
I don't know.
I think I was an 8. I've never been anywhere near a 10.
I've been 10 before.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying, Dan. I'm trying.
But yeah, so 10-5 is pretty good. Pretty good scoreline there. And as you said, like Virtus.Pro, they look like savages. It just looks so simple. What they're doing is hard to even break it down. They're just able to just move forward and just take these awesome fights and just win. And now Copenhagen Wolves get their chance to just swing everything back. 10-5, that's fine. If they just win the pistol, everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I think we could have said that last time as well. But look what happened in the second round, Dan. Virtus.Pro they went crazy with scouts.
Jumping around with scouts. Jump around, jump up, get down. With the scouts. The other push up middle now. So Pasha able to pick up 2 quick frags. That's crippling because not just the 2 frags there for Pasha, but the remainder of the team for Copenhagen Wolves is quite low on health. They have quite a lot of grenades, but a lot of good that's going to do them here in the face of just the angels that are being found by Virtus.Pro. Like, Virtus.Pro in this round were just walking around, literally just all over the map, just running around, shooting Glocks, and then they won the round. It's so crude, but it worked so well.
Indeed, it did.
It seemed like there was no rhyme or reason particularly for anything. It's just the objective was let's just get the enemies in our crosshairs and shoot them.
Pasha's just killing everyone, Dan. He's killing everyone. But Neo actually has other ideas and is leading the kills. Look at this charge down mid here from Virtus.Pro.
Oh, that was actually a sick shot from Bialy. He caught a Cillian on the jump scout with the Ats, who just barely missed that. But
did you see that smoke into connector actually? Look at that smoke from Virtus.Pro. They bounced it off the wall. This is a smoke I see Nip and other teams do recently. They throw this from B apps actually, so it bounces off the stairs. They do it so they have the right angle. But Obviously, you can do that from
and now your lurker
in mid as well.
Has a place.
Pardon?
And that allows your lurker to have a place to live.
Yeah, it allows him to get into position here where he can be stand behind the wall so he's not exposed to short.
Set up a tent, set up a campfire, get the baked beans going.
Get the stove on the go.
Get some tea.
I went to...
have you been camping?
Last time I went to Glastonbury, I had a friend who brought a stove with her. And we were like, okay, we're gonna go out and check out some course. And she's like, yeah, I'm doing some stuff on my stove at the moment. Okay. So like, right, see you later.
Have you ever been camping, James?
Yes, I have. I went camping with when I was a kid, basically. And I remember once all the tents were covered in flies, and we had an army guy with us, and he said, "There's a storm coming," and he was right. Basically, it was an indication that there was a massive storm coming. And then he said, "I never asked for this."
Oh God.
That USP kill onto Pasha. That's going to give the CTs a rifle because there's no T to defend it here. Pasha just roaming around on his own. Just supreme confidence from the man. So you can see MSL has an AK and the grenades. No one with armor though for CPH Wolves.
This is looking kind of good for them so far. They deflected the initial push, but now it's time. Wow, Asilian able to take down Stacks. What is happening here?
The USPs, Dan. USPs.
The USPs. Nia going to go in. He's got a CZ. SMS CZ. There's the jump over Asilian's head. Able to get that one.
If you shoot someone in the head of a USP, it can do like 43 damage. Like you need a fair few shots to kill someone with a USP.
Yeah, but it's really accurate. So.
It is, and it has better range. Better damage at longer range than the Glock.
Yeah.
Oh, can they even save a gun? If he
like,
just had the jump on him there. But Ali's only got 8 HP.
It was a close. It was some close calls there for Virtus.Pro. It's a good job by Copenhagen Wolves, but now they get the buys going, and 3 rounds for Virtus.Pro to just close Mirage out. And it was expected that they would have a pretty dominant performance here on Mirage, just because recent performances plus their reputation. They just then factor in how Pasha's been playing lately. Things are definitely looking scary for them. This is probably their best map at the moment. I'd almost want to say that maybe Cobble could be up there as one of their best maps at the moment as well. But
Virtus.Pro?
Yeah, but we'll have to, relative to everybody else, but we'll have to find out in the next
next map. Pasha's going to be ready. What's interesting is, obviously Virtus.Pro have been playing a fair amount of Cobble in professional matches. However, obviously all these teams will be scrimming it in the background against each other. But I think that that's one level, but playing it, in competitive matches is another. So Virtus.Pro, I feel like maybe people will veto it against them, and that's
nice.
That's in a way to Virtus.Pro's advantage because it's a wasted veto with regards to the maps that they are competent on.
But here you go, we get the 3-pronged attacks coming in from Virtus.Pro. Very standard play, but so far Copenhagen Wolves with some excellent work, good timing on some flashes, are able to get the advantage. Asilian coming in from the flank and cutting down Neo. Before they really get in position, it's going to be a Copenhagen Wolves taking the round. And one of the things I loved was the timing on, I can't remember which player it was, but there was a player close to T-Slope for Copenhagen Wolves, and he had his teammate who was playing further back on the site, throw flash in around like 40 seconds or something. And that's like kind of a timing where essentially you would expect if the team's going to push A for them to have some players be there at that point. So that's actually really nice timing for the flash, and obviously he got the kill. So love that thought going into that.
Look how fast Virtus.Pro went all the way into B-ups. Hunden got vision of them pretty quickly, and I wonder if they've look now they're backing off. You have to wonder if they're doing that just to try and bait the counter nades from the CTs. Because if you look at the nades that are remaining, obviously there are a fair few more before they showed their faces over to the B bomb site. Now they've completely vacated the area, and the entire team is over to the A bomb site. But obviously that also makes the CTs paranoid, and
create some doubt.
Exactly, maybe rotate someone to the wrong area.
The other thing as well is that because it shows presence, it means that Hunden is going to feel less confident to actually push B-apps to get the info of what they're doing sooner rather than later. And now the push will come in and not maybe as rotated as they could have been. And already Stacks, and this is, I love this, able to drop straight onto the site out the balcony. So Virtus.Pro on position. They just got to get the bomb down now, but 4 CTs surround them. As
oh wow!
We do have a pretty late rotation on the B player.
That was beautiful. Molotov spray. Molotov came in and they sprayed as he tried to cross. We saw the NV team do a similar thing on Dust 2 on the B-bomb site. And Hunden and Freeze remain, and all we're seeing is people standing in smoke, which is great. 2 versus 2 now. They've got a fair amount of time as well. Hunden trying to find the bomb, and there it is, but that smoke is not going to give him the cover he needs. He does find a frag though, 2 versus 1 now, but it's Pasha there against.
Oh my god, look at that. That was so close. Does he have time? Oh, yes, he gets it. That's insane because Pasha just had to shoot like a couple extra bullets and he would have been dead. But Freeze, did you see that angle he's holding? You could barely see Pasha. He barely got the shot off in time. The angle was horrible for him. I'm surprised. Yeah, I can't believe they got that.
The narrowest of victories there for Copenhagen Wolves keeps them in this game. We have the 4th buy coming out for Virtus.Pro. 2 AKs, 3 Tech 9s, full armor, lots of nades as well. Freeze, look how fast that shot was. That was excellent. The second one, nice snap from Freeze. Tries to just shoot through the smoke, and Asilian coming up very aggressively. Finds a frag onto Pasha. They are getting wiped out right now.
Yeah, really good job there from Freeze. So Snacks able to take down 2 players with Tech 9, but
look how strong that round was. That was an angry round from Copenhagen Wolves.
Yeah, Freeze doing a really good job there.
VP got wiped out like dinosaurs.
Because the thing is, right, is if Virtus.Pro get themselves into, let's say Freeze misses a shot, he takes down 1 player, and 2 guys with the Tech 9s get into connector, then you've got some problems. Then you can potentially have some problems, because the Tech 9s are all of a sudden really close range.
Then you've got 64 problems, Dan, in those magazines. By the way, when I was camping, I was walking around in socks, and I stepped on a snail. It was gross.
You murderer. Snail murderer.
It was not nice. Well, I want to see where this is going. Oh, this is the smoke for short.
Okay, well, we're about to have that execute, and they do have only a couple Tech 9s. Hunden is going to be spotting these smokes, and he should surely be throwing this incendiary very soon as a precaution. In fact, his teammate's already going to throw that one, so he's still got one in his hands here to actually use, and they are slowly moving on, but it's very telegraphed at this point. Look at they're burning away, and Asilian's able to spray them down. 3 there for him. Pasha coming in from short now, very disjointed on that push with the rest of his teammates, and pretty easy cleanup. And you know what? It was fine though. Virtus.Pro, despite investing some in that round, of course, they had the economy to do so. They've been losing quite a few in a row now, and Copenhagen Wolves almost at 10 rounds. Which is my prediction. 16-10 Virtus.Pro. But what can Pasha do here with this AWP? That's going to be the question.
We just got flash, I think.
Because
look at MSL.
Essentially, the way they're set up at the moment is on Pasha and Snacks to get that control of middle, and MSL's going to go down. Freeze is low. Pasha getting a tag.
Freeze is running for his life right now.
And this is really bad now for Copenhagen Wolves, because Virtus.Pro, look how easily they have connector.
Yeah, they've got that connector smoke again, which just allows them to have complete presence of it. Look at that.
And now they're just working their way in. They've got actually Copenhagen Wolves going to flash in a teammate into T Slope, but he's going to go down as well. So everything going wrong here. Asilian looking to save this, trying to get some extra damage done, but he's spotted. Stacks coming in, will finish him off, and there you go. We get the rounds for Virtus.Pro, 14-9, and yeah, they're so good at that default round where they just get 3 guys into connector. You can see how that works. That's like the most default of rounds. 2 guys underpass, 1 guy AWP or whatever, top mid, trying to get the challenges in, get connector, get the 3-pronged attack. And in Copenhagen Wolves, they even flashed into T-Slope to try to deny that before it came in.
Oh, these snaps from Freeze, really, really nice. And there's the aggression. This time he takes down Taz, something that didn't really happen yesterday on Mirage. Every time he was challenged in Palace, he won. This time, Virtus.Pro find themselves 2 men down and 2 rounds away from taking the first map of this best of 3 versus CPH Wolves.
Now, Copenhagen Wolves are doing the right thing here because they are stopping Virtus.Pro before they get the positions they want. Oh, Snacks finds MSL long range there. SMF will lock down T-Slope, so he won't be able to get a 2-pronged attack into the A-bomb site. But what else can they be finding here with these AKs? There's a minute left in the round, so It's very possible for them to pick up a couple extra kills here at the very least, but Cillian going to be able to stop Neo and SMF with a very fine angle, picks up Snacks as well. But I just have to remake the point here that it's really awesome from Copenhagen Wolves that they understand that they have to go aggressive in certain positions, because Virtus.Pro, you cannot let them have 3 players in connector, 1 on slope and 1 on palace, and just push in. You're dead. But Copenhagen Wolves, they're flashing into T-slope, they're pushing palace, they're getting the frags that way, Freezes getting picks on middle. This is exactly how you got to do it. You can't just sit back and wait for Virtus.Pro to hit you.
Yeah, you can't allow them to dictate the round. And we're going to have 3.
Like this,
we could potentially have 4 CTs holding his defense actually, because Cillian, if he stays that aggressive on short, he could be in a position to try and defend this. Let's see what timing Virtus.Pro start to throw this volley of grenades in.
So SMF is like the first man here for his team. Going to be up by Shadow. They actually...
Oh, he hasn't seen the 2 guys on site.
Oh no, they ran past him, but he had no idea. That's just a Cillian and Hunden left. This is a disaster here for Copenhagen Wolves. Virtus.Pro picking up all the weapons as well. And Hunden's going to be coming in from jungle now. More or less the same position as Cillian. They do get a couple frags, but there's still the AWP on Snacks, the M4 on Neo. And of course, the time that is ever ticking away, putting that pressure on them. Snacks, perfect angle, gets the shot, of course he will. And Virtus.Pro pick up round number 15. And they're now on match point, and it's a very broke Copenhagen Wolves. So, we'll have to see now if Copenhagen Wolves can, with this bite, pull themselves back into the ring. Because right now they're hanging off the ring, almost not fully clean out of it. As we do have Virtus.Pro taking middle once again. They've got 2 players on slope this time. No one on palace, but there's 2 players close to the T-slope for the CTs. They might be looking for a quick aggression. They do probably have the close-range weapons there. MSL is likely there with SMF. The 2 very close-range weapons essentially together on T-slope. I like the idea there behind Copenhagen Wolves.
Look at the positioning though from Virtus.Pro. They are prepared for any such charge through A slope. In case there's a pop flash coming in, they are well positioned for it, and the reinforcements are coming in now. So we will see. Oh, there comes the meat packer.
Wow.
Gets a significant amount of damage in, but that'll be a bit of a warning sign. And now there's an AK for the CT team. Pasha still holding mid at the moment, and
what do they do now? They all went to T slope.
Who, the T's?
And they got smoked off, and then their man in Palace got taken down. Now they've got to spread other players into Palace. Virtus.Pro at the moment, they're trying to adapt to the situation.
They've got a potential flank though. Look at Pasha here. There's nobody to challenge him in the mid area. Look how passive the player on B is playing. With a man down, Copenhagen Wolves may lose this just by having too many holes in their A defense. Look at him, he's just creeping in.
20 seconds left though to get the bomb down. So they got to deal with SMF, they got to deal with MSL. MSL going to pick up 2 frags with the AK. That's 3 in this round from him. His teammate SMF will go down, but MSL's still alive. He's on the site, he's protecting it, and there's no time. What a hero round here from MSL and SMF. Those 2 players, I mean, it was absolutely perfect there. Virtus.Pro scrambling after that smoke, and then that allowed MSL to get a one-on-one with the mag, and then from then on, Copenhagen Wolves had the upper hand. That's such a beautiful round.
Yeah, they are not out of this yet. Let's keep an eye on the money here for Virtus.Pro. They've got a buyout once again. They've got a Galil on Bayali and Taz running around with just a Tech 9, but with 4 rifles on his team, it may not matter too much if the right person gets the right frag and he can pick up a weapon. However, we've seen how dangerous Taz has been so far in this, so the fact he's only got a pistol may cause a problem for his team. Pasha unmoved after eating a grenade, still going to hold his angle, try and get an opening, but there's the opening from SMF onto Taz, and it tells a bunch of things. Now Virtus.Pro know that the information is there for the CTs, that they're not over to the A-bomb site, which means that the CTs can rotate more people in more aggressive positions, and they're just abusing that information now as Virtus.Pro players are falling left, right, and center. Absolutely no map control whatsoever, no chance to rotate. Every attempt to rotate, they got punished. One by one, they fell like dominoes.
I like how how Copenhagen Wolves have a lot of focus on strategy, tactics, team play, but also they've got a level of looseness to their game where they have the freedom to create some individual plays here and there. And we saw that right at the end from Freeze. We see that here and there from pretty much all of the players on this lineup. They all have that that flexibility in their structure to go for little bits of aggression here and there and really spread their wings. And it's paying off massively for them at the moment.
You can see Taz is, he has no idea if there's a CT there or not. His teammates are going to join him. Looks like he's going to go down to lower. Freeze, oh, I think he's spotted Neo there. But it looks like they have an inkling as to what might be going on here. Assyrian is going to join Freeze with an aggressive look at mid, but Freeze gets smoked off. Which way is he going to go? That is the question. He's indeed going to rotate over towards the A-bomb site, which is perfect because here come the nades from Virtus.Pro. They do have control of Connector though, but there's a chance that Assyrian could hold it down from short. That's exactly what he's going to try and do. Gets a frag as well. Now it's only the front of A to worry about. Frag's coming in. That's Frey's going to finish the second one. Bialy left, last one standing. Only MSL goes down. That's good for the economy of Copenhagen Wolves as they get, yes, another round on the board. Just 2 away from overtime now.
It's very interesting because I feel like if this does go to overpass, I still like the chances of Copenhagen Wolves to actually take an overpass against Virtus.Pro. So
they've got the strats.
Yeah,
we haven't. I don't know if we've seen them since the changes to the A-bomb site, but never mind that for now. It's a significant charge onto short to try and take the B-bomb site down. Assyrian will fall. Trade coming in from MSL, but there's one person to defend on the bomb site. We do have MSL in the shop area now. Sorry, that's Freeze, and he gets the second frag. So they come in. The cavalry's coming in just in time. The horses are trampling on the bodies of Virtus.Pro players. Only Pasha remains now. Going to get at a close frag on the P250 though. Doesn't have the bomb, however. So advantage Copenhagen Wolves. It's an expensive round for them as well, but they should be able to afford a full buy in the following round. Pasha with a minute to play with here, going to take a completely different approach.
Yeah, and this is obviously quite winnable for Pasha with 50 seconds left. He just has to get a couple of headshots. Of course, you know, he can't afford to really have a fight that's prolonged because of that lack of Kevlar. It will just be the death of him, so he's got to get an instant kill here. And he might get a free one. Oh my goodness, Hunden is not looking. This is so horrendous. He's looking for the next player now. You can get information on where the next player is. This is fantastic here from Pasha. He can even keep moving, and there it is. He can spot the next player. Oh my God, Pasha! How did they not? Oh, it's just unbelievable. What do you say to that, James?
What